What's going on, YouTube? You tapped in with your boy Big O, watching another episode of UTV, the TV that you can feel and see. And y'all probably wondering, oh, what in the hell is you wearing, dog? Well, guess what, man? It's cold as hell in this kitchen, and I'm rocking my wife's robe, nigga. But what we came to talk about here in today's video, as y'all know, I'm going to keep y'all up to date with the Big Clout case file / O Block 5 Rico. A new case filing came out here today. And just to let y'all know, the motherfucking government is well aware of what is going on YouTube about us pitting out the information on Trenches News and more. The shit is getting so serious for the government about this. They even trying to get anonymous jurors so they will feel safe and comfortable during this trial, so they won't be harassed and threatened during and after this trial. And some other stuff came up into the paperwork as well. So with no further ado, let's dive right in. Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. Like I said before, I'm going to keep y'all up to date with every FBG duck case file as it come through. And we just got a new one here today, as y'all can see here. 8/9. This just came out at 8:56 p.m. about 3 hours ago, y'all. Another miscellaneous relief. Last time we got a miscellaneous relief was here, and there was some good info in that one. But this, y'all, already got them queued up. Both of these PDFs is it. But this is one of the files, y'all, and I found some very interesting stuff in here. Basically, like I've been saying, this superseding indictment is going to result in other arrests. All right. They even said in this paperwork that all the 5 people that they have on this RICO isn't all the O Block members, and some of them are still at large. So what that mean, y'all? Do y'all think they honestly looking for more people? Because I do. Now, a lot of this is filler about stuff. Defendants involved in organized crime. So this is what they're trying to prove. Participated in a group with capacity to harm jurors. Okay, so this is why they're trying to put in the motion to get anonymous jurors, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here you go. There has been significant publicity surrounding the case. As alleged in the indictment, the defendants murdered Carlton Weekly, a rapper who performed as FBG Duck on the East Oak Street in Chicago shooting, to other people in the process. Weekly was well known in Chicago area and worldwide. In fact, Weekly music has tens of millions of views on YouTube. Weekly death garnered significant attention from the moment it occurred. Local, national, and international media outlets reported on Weekly's murder beginning from the day that Weekly was murdered and continued to this day. The list of publications that reported on Weekly's murder is too long to list, but a number of examples are referred in Exhibit B. And this is Exhibit 1 right here, ladies and gentlemen. NBC News, BBC, Chicago Tribune, Chicago Sun-Times, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Daily Mail, WGN, The Breakfast Club, The Source, Billboard. Those are some outlets that covered it. On the day of the murder, multiple CPD units were dispatched to Northern Western Hospital, the place where Weekly body was taken, and were tasked with crowd control to ensure the safety of numerous mourners and fans who had gathered in the area. Since then, public speculation about this case, online forums, YouTube, and elsewhere has continued. Entire online communities and internet personalities exist to discuss and discreet the Chicago drill scene, including who dissed who went to jail for what, and who allegedly is snitching. Where they're talking about Trenches News, y'all. The Gov is well aware of niggas is on Trenches News head, and that is why they wouldn't put that boy in witness protection. Y'all don't gotta believe me, but I'm telling y'all here, Trenches News is in witness protection. YouTube and elsewhere has continued. Entire online communities read that, and like they said, allegedly is snitching. So they are aware of us talking about these cooperated 1, cooperated 2, and butter. in this and many other criminal cases. These forums also provide a place for users to analyze and detail filings from the docket in this matter, recordings purporting to be related to this matter from other sources and other materials related to the case. One such online forum, Chiracology, a discussion forum on reddit.com as of September 7, 2023. The forum has approximately 250,000 members, although non-members can also view the content on this forum. As of September 7, 2023, the pinned post at the very top of the forum is a PDF of the government Santiago proffer. So basically one of the dockets. The government proffer was also read by a YouTuber who posted images of each page along with audio of himself reading the document. They're talking about YouTubers. While the proffer is a public document on the docket, the video demonstrates the strong public interest in the details of the case. The factor weighs in favor of the jury. Publicity surrounding the case enhances the possibility that jurors' names would become public and expose them to intimidation and harassment and to potentially harm. Courts have allowed anonymous jurors even when the publicity surrounding a case has been minimal. Okay? While this case has not generated great publicity, there has been some which may increase the likelihood of public disclosure of jurors' names, which may in turn leave them fearful of intimidation or harassment. By contrast, in this case, publicity is substantial. Okay, so basically they're trying to prove defendants are involved in organized crime. Courts are particularly a point appealed when the case involves organized crime. As described in the superseding indictment, the government and other filings, the defendants were members of the Associates of the O Block Street Gang, an enterprise which had a years-long deadly rival with opposing gangs at STL. O Block had among its purposes acquiring, preserving, and protecting power to territory, operations, and proceeds for the enterprise through the use of threats, intimidation, and violence, including but not limited to murder and other acts of violence, the illegal trafficking in controlled substance, and promoting and enhancing the enterprise and its members and associates' activity, including by publicly claiming responsibilities for acts of violence committed by the enterprise and taunting rival members. Different grand jurors twice found that there were probable cause of sustaining these allegations, and other government filings have sustained the same, because O Block Enterprise is a violent organized enterprise bank. Okay, so the government did not show the defendants have engaged in jury tampering. Where is here the O Block Enterprise has the capacity to interfere with jury. O Block is a violent criminal organization, and not every member of the O Block has been charged in this case. Now, this is very important. O Block is a violent criminal organization, and not every member of O Block has been charged in this case. Only the members and associates involved in the shooting on East Oak Street, August 4th, 2020 has been charged. Other members, listen to this, other members of O Block remain at large, y'all. What do they mean by that? Is they looking for other O Block members? Is anybody else getting arrested? I feel as though that others are going to get arrested, like BJ, Duke, Boss Top, due to the fact that Cooperator 1 and Cooperator 2 has labeled these guys the leaders of O Block. The only reason why these 5 are currently being charged is because they committed the crime on Duck. That is the only reason why they haven't went and got snatched up Duke, BJ, and Boss Top just yet. But if this superseding indictment gets, and if the 5 get convicted on the superseding indictment, certain information that they give in this case is going to result in other arrests. Y'all got to remember, superseding indictment. Let me give y'all the definition on that. Superseding indictment, a result of a prosecutor presenting additional information to a grand jury for the purpose of adding parties. Okay, they're trying to add parties to this motherfucker, and that is why they're trying to get on the docket Cooperator 1 and Cooperator 2, saying that BJ, Duke, and Boss Top are the current leaders of this illegal racketeering enterprise. It is a reason why Cooperator 1 and Cooperator 2 are their most important snitches here in this case, due to the fact that the government cannot prove without Cooperator 1 and Cooperator 2 that O Block is engaged in illegal racketeering. Okay, they don't have any surveillance or any hard evidence of that. The only thing they have is the statements from Cooperator 1 and Cooperator 2, which is Trench's News. And as you guys can see here, the government is well aware of the videos that we are posting on Trench's News and that the word has got out. So they made sure that that man is in witness protection. Without Trench's News, you have, and without Cooperator 2, you have no one to actually point out that this enterprise is engaged in racketeering. Cooperator 1, which is Trench's News, made statements saying about the gang's hierarchy, their levels of rank, them actually selling drugs and protecting their territory. It's a lot of stuff in that paper. Y'all got to check it out. But again, as y'all can see here, their statements is the most important thing far as the RICO, not far as convicting them on the murder of Duck, but their RICO case falls only in the hands of Cooperator 1 and Cooperator 2. But as y'all can see here, further the evidence in this case will at large. It does say other members of O Block remain at large. And remain at large mean these niggas is going to be or considered currently on the run. And as set forth in the government proffer in Rule 404, filing members of O Block other than the charged defendants have committed acts of violence in the past. Further, the evidence in this case will show a brazen daytime murder of Weekly and assault on 2 nearby victims who were not targets of the murder in the name of furthering the goals of O Block. This factor weighs in favor of impelling an anonymous jury. So basically, they try to go off the fact that since the whole O Block gang or enterprise isn't locked up right now, they really need to have anonymous jurors because O Block is such a dangerous gang. They don't want the jurors getting harassed and whatnot. Fourth, concerns whether defendants face substantial penalties should be convicted at trial. Each defendant faces a mandatory minimum sentence of life in prison if he is convicted on count 1 of the indictment, and 5 of the 6 defendants face up to any number of years of imprisonment, including life imprisonment, if convicted on count 2 of the indictment. This constitutes a lengthy prison sentence. The warrants and planning will be weighed in favor and planning. Defendants may potentially serve a life sentence, factor 4, if convicted, and jurors cannot fear the imprisonment of such a severe sentence could provide fodder for. In granting the government's motion, the court can implement reasonable precautions to minimize any prejudicial effects on defendants, as many other courts in the district have done. Okay. So basically, this is their argument why jurors should be anonymous. Protects the defendants' right. We're not going to read it all, guys. Likewise, a juror who resides in Chicago would reveal only the general neighborhood where he or she lives. For example, Logan Square, Bronzeville. The parties will have enough information to determine whether a particular juror is suitable to serve. So basically, you know how you got jury selection. So basically, the jurors ain't going to be able to give up certain information in the jury selection, requiring a potential juror to withhold his or her name, home address, and specific employer will not inhibit or prejudicial defendants during jury selection because that one information, namely the jury's home and work address, provides minimal assistance gaining perspective into that vendor member. Okay. Conclusion. Based on the foregoing, the government requests that court grant the government's unopposed motion for an anonymous juror. Okay, so basically they put in a motion for an anonymous juror, and some of the reasons is why is because word on the street, it's a lot of people that has interest in this case. It's all over the internet. They even said YouTubers talking about who's snitching, which kind of throw your man's Trenches News under the bus. And this is why I went out and made that video. That nigga is 100% in witness protection, y'all. His role in the case is too big. But this is the latest and greatest file on the FBG Duck case. The other thing was basically, because you got two parts in this. When you click this, you got a 2-page and you got a 17-page. Well, that 17 pages total. You got a 15 and we got a 2. I just read y'all the 15. It was basically a motion on why they want an anonymous jury. But as y'all can see, some of those reasons is because of YouTube, Reddit, basically word getting out too quickly. And for them to bring up the snitching thing, they even talking about who's snitching. Other O Block members at large as well kind of makes me feel as though that they are going to go after the others. Not just all the others, though, but they're going to go after others. But yeah, though, man, I'm out. Don't forget to follow me on IG at Street Money Bolo. STREETMONEYBOLO. And I'm gone.